Have you ever wanted to make your bullet journal planning go really easy, so much better? I did that this month and I'm so excited to show you what I ended up planning in my bullet journal. Hello beautiful, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Caitlin if you are new here. I have to say I am in love with my February plan with me this month. It is a love theme. I'm in love with it. It's a lot of loving, and I did give a little sneak peek of the two different themes that I was going in between in my studio vlog, so I'm gonna have that just linked up above. There is a little sneak peek right there of what we did together, but I'm gonna just jump right on in to the February plan with me and stay tuned to the very end where I'm gonna be announcing the winner of the giveaway. All right, see you in the video. I am super pumped for February planning. Can you tell? Because I created so many different washi tapes to use in this setup, plus I tried a whole bunch of new layout ideas. I am obsessed with all of these. If you are interested in checking them out, make sure to check out the links that I have in my description box. But what I'm gonna start off with is my cover page, and this is probably my favorite spread because it is a door opening on either side of the book. To do this, all I did was take some paper from the back of my notebook, and I wanted to make sure that it was both sides so I could flip the paper open and closed. I added in some crafters paper and then ended up taping on using some sticker paper with the design that I created for this month. I mentioned in my studio vlog that I didn't add this to my website yet because I didn't know how many people would be interested in it, but please feel free to message me down below if you do want bigger sizes and prints of the different washi's that I have. On the inside of this cover, I'm going to be creating a goal setting. Now I pulled this one out from my digital planner that I created for 2023, and I wanted to use it on paper since I really loved using it throughout the month of January for my digital planner. I am just starting off with the title and writing out the word goal and then adding in a little calligraphy over top with February. Now I'm coming in with my grid spacing ruler. I have a whole video on this if you're interested on how to set this up. And what I want to do is divide my page. Now for the middle, it's pretty easy. I want to divide it in half. For the vertical, however, I want it in thirds with that center portion being a little bit skinnier, so I just move and adjust my ruler around to make things fit the way that I need it to. Then I have my pencil guides in, and I can really just come in with marker right away because I have all of those areas pre-blocked off and I don't have to think too hard about it. This top box is going to be where I'm labeling out what my goals are for the month. I am only focusing on one big goal and then a bunch of little action steps that are going to help me accomplish that one main idea. Haven't quite figured that out yet. I am going to be doing a plan with me filling it in video in February if you're interested in seeing that one out. But here I have sections for why I want my goal, when I'm going to start it, when it's going to end, the steps that I'm going to have for success, things like support systems, challenges that I might face, and then a little section as well for when I'm going to celebrate. So at what point am I going to recognize, yeah, I accomplished at least half of my goal, all of my goal, I'm doing this, and kind of have a little woot woot, you win moment. At the bottom, I have my action steps, and since this is just a 1 month goal, I'm breaking it down into 4 different boxes, and it's gonna be labeled for the first 3 days, the first week, the halfway point, and then my final week. I'm really gonna be able to add in those action items here, and it's gonna be a lot easier for me to figure out how everything's gonna fit into the big picture of accomplishing my one goal. Now with this all accomplished, I can put it into my bullet journal. So what I did was just leave 1 page blank right before the area of the calendar so I can come in with my crafter's tape and tape down either side. I did want this to be a little bit more sturdy, so I did tape it to both the left and right page. But you could easily just fit it over top of the one side and then save some space. Now with the second side in here, we have the entire first part done, and I'm gonna hop back just for the cover parts of this calendar area. So what I'm writing out is this quote that says, "The first step to making any major change in your life is always awareness." Over the 2022 last couple months, I was not in a great headspace, and I chatted a little bit about it already. And as a little Christmas gift, my girlfriend was so amazing and got me this You Are a Badass daily calendar. I read the books, I absolutely loved it, and this is actually one of the quotes from that little mini calendar that you get to rip apart and have a little motivational saying every single day. It's really helped me a lot in the month of January, and I'm excited to see what other quotes and motivations pop up throughout the month of February to help me keep going in the right mindset. On the right hand side, I just ended up putting in another piece of white paper here and then writing out February. On those little dots, I'm gonna actually come in and write 5 things that I accomplished in the month, so it's right there when I'm done doing my flip through to see what I ended up getting done throughout the month and remember and be proud of it. On the inside here, I'm going to be doing my calendar, and I am switching it up a little bit and actually giving me the space that I need now to start planning things out. So I want to start having both my personal and professional life on the same calendar because not that it was confusing having to flip through for different calendars. I think it's just to manage my time a little bit better. Having everything on one space this month is going to be a little bit better. So I came in here with this light gray for the background grid and then added in my headers from Sunday to Saturday just up at the top. On the side where that little section is missing a space, I am coming in and writing out February really big all along the side with my Tombow brush pen. What I ended up doing was darkening just the bottom parts of each letter in the word February and adding in a drop shadow line on the left-hand side using my black pen. Now I can finish off the calendar just by adding in the numbers, and that is really it for the inside. I'm really excited to fill this one out because I have a couple more different stickers that I'm going to be using to show where I'm paying my bills, where I'm getting paid, any type of appointments that I have, stuff like that. Now I'm going to be using my washi tape, and this one I created this month along with a cloud theme. And so I did end up going with the hearts one for a traditional Valentine's Day theme, and I'm just adding in those decorative elements there. So that really finishes off the first page, and now I'm moving on to my projects page. I had this in my December plan with me and thought that it just needed a little bit more space. So what I'm doing is doing it over now 2 pages instead of just the one. So I'm sectioning off the top area with a checklist of all of the projects that I want to get done. It's just more of a 1 to 2 word type of project note to help remind me of exactly what I'd like to get started. On the bottom here, I'm coming in and I'm having 3 different sections, one for scheduled, started, and completed. Those are going to be using sticky notes so I can easily move each project across from scheduled, started, and completed. On the right-hand side of the page, I wanted to come in and make a visual a little bit better, so I came in and added a calendar. Now this is going to be where I end up putting all of the projects once they're scheduled. So once they move down into the sticky note section, they get added to the calendar. So I have a better visual reference on when things are getting done and when they need to be accomplished by. I don't know about you, but I also need a little more help managing my money this month. So I am coming in and having a monthly finance overview and an income tracker as well. So that's what these next 2 spreads are going to be. On the left is my monthly finance, and I'm creating 2 different boxed sections so that I can reference how much I'm making and how much I'm spending really easy from week to week as an overview. So the top box up here is going to be for weeks 1 to 4 in February. And I am going to then write down how much I made, how much I spent, and how much I earned. This is going to be more of a visual. So I'm going to have to go in each week and look at my bank account and then write the information down in here as a tracking method for how much I made, spent, and earned overall. And then the bottom part is going to be what bills I'm going to be paying or spending, expenses that I have to consider throughout the month as well on a weekly basis. So I just have a couple in there right now for rent, utilities, and cell phone, but now I'm moving on to my income tracker. And I did a very similar one to this in my December Plan With Me theme, where I had a bunch of different boxes on the page and I wrote out inside the dollar value that I wanted to earn for the month, and then exited it off or colored it in with a different pattern based on exactly what category of my life it corresponded with. So I really loved that method, and I'm gonna stick with that again this month. Now I'm moving on to my usual reading tracker, and I've decided to do a book for the month, and I am going with the book called Financial Feminist. I saw it online and it really resonated with me, so I added it to the list of books that I wanted to read, and I thought February is a little bit of self-care month, and financial self-care is definitely needed, so that is where I'm going to be focusing my energy on reading this month. Let me know if you guys have a monthly book as well down in the comments below, or really how many books you can get through in a month. This is going to be a little bit of a bigger goal for myself. I usually read a book over a couple of months. For the minutes down at the bottom, I have 4 different patterns, blank, dot, and then a little lines as well. So what I'm gonna do to help make sure I get more minutes and more pages of reading is set a little alarm on my phone as a reminder to read, either right before bed or around lunchtime, so I know that I am setting aside that time to prioritize my goal. For this walking tracker on the right-hand side, I wanted to challenge myself and do 28 different walking things throughout the month of February. I showed this a little bit on my TikTok already, and the ideas that I wanted to use throughout the month of February. If you have a challenge that you would like to get through, this is really easy way to set it up because you can quickly just go through and check off the ones that you did. You don't have to do it in a particular order. So that is what I'm going to do for this one. I didn't end up liking the pink hearts on the center and the reading tracker, so I just fixed that up with some craft paper. And now I'm moving on to my memories. So for this month, I decided to label it, instead of saying memories or gratitude or thank you, I ended up writing down little happy moments. And I came in here with the washi and the designs that I created shown in my studio vlog to replace the photo element that I keep forgetting to add in at the end of each month, to add that in as a decorative piece. I am going to be using my numbered washis as well. I am going to be using my numbered stickers as well to label off each day. And that gives me 2 little lines to write down what my happy little moment was for that day. I do end up using the Cricut tweezers to help me with some of the smaller stickers, but of course these can all be used just with my fingers, and I do end up using that in my planning for the week. Speaking of my week, I did end up trying something a little different, and I'm incorporating a habit tracker in the week to be more of a mindful way of seeing when I did something last. It's not so much as tracking the habit, I want it done every day. Well, some of them are, but some of them are just more of a, did I do this recently or not? And I think that is going to help me make an effective change in building better habits in my life. So that's why I went with this style. On the right-hand side, I am coming in here just with a running list. And then I'm going to be starting my weekly planning. And I'm only starting it off with one day with Monday, and then writing all of the tasks that I need to get done, or as little as a task that I need to get done, and then adding in the next day, so I'm not wasting space and I'm not feeling constrained to a specific amount of space each day. But that is really it for the month of February. I really love how this plan with me turned out. Let me know down in the comments below what theme you ended up going with for February, and if you watched up until this point of the video, make sure to comment a little heart down there as well. I will see you next week, and enjoy the flip through. right, that's the end of the Plan With Me video, and the winner for the giveaway is, drumroll, CatGirl244. Thank you so much for commenting on the studio vlog video, and I will be sending you some goodies along for that Plan With Me theme. If you haven't already seen my studio vlog, I'm gonna have them linked just right over there for you to enjoy, and I'll see you in another one. Bye!